amigues.
Como estas.
Nyaje. And this is episode 2 of Space Yako Podcast.
Karibuni tena.
Yes.
Naitwa Gladwell, guys.
I am Marlene.
Naitwa Shiko. Yes, so anyway, guys, so we have an amazing episode today. And tutaongea kuhusu body image and self-esteem. Okay, so of course, tumekwambia hapo awali, like our first episode. But if you're also new, please, this space is yours. This space is ours. It's our safe space together.
Yeah.
To just discuss about, matters about relationships, sex, body issues, like Kamaleo, our topic of the day, of course. And we are not experts.
Yeah.
However, we have an amazing website that we have our experts on it. And feel free, by the way, kuuliza everything about your body, your life, relationships. Bila shame, no judgment at wazi.ke. That is WAZZI.ke. We also have a USSD code. Just dial *709#.
Yeah.
Okay. I love we have our socials. Wazi. WAZZI. That is where you get help to reach out. Any 24/7. The lines are open. All right. And the hashtag to use throughout this podcast as you interact with us is Space Yako Podcast.
Yeah. So we are going to talk about body insecurities today.
Yes.
And my question will be, have you people had any body insecurities? Have they evolved? Do you have the same ones, or do you develop new body insecurities as you continue growing? I think I'll start off by saying, one, because I am so self-conscious. Even nimekaa hivi, I am very self-conscious about my side profile. Sijui kama hata kamera sasa inachukua angle yangu perfectly. Because najiangalianga, I'm like, hii jawline inakaa sijui hivi.
Yeah.
My nose is not like the right shape. I'm like, please, I am pretty ukiniangalia hivi. Frontal view is my best. So I am so insecure about my side
Your side
profile.
view.
Imagine. Nobody will tell, but nishajianika.
I think I don't have one specific one because they have evolved over time.
Yes.
There was a time I really didn't like my skin tone. I was like, really, like, this is too dark. And then that evolved, and now I'm really confident because of, you're pretty, the black
Melanin.
beauty, melanin.
Yeah.
Sauti Sol really saved my ass. Kwa kuimba melanin.
Yeah, melanin.
So it's like, you're melanin. So that built my confidence, and I actually overcame that. But I will say the standing now is like my neck. I don't know. For some reason, I look at my neck. Yeah, and that is what I'm saying.
It looks perfect.
Thank you,
But those are her insecurities.
that is what I'm saying. They keep evolving and they keep getting nuanced. And I'm like, what is really happening to me? Yeah.
I think I'm with you when it comes to dark skin. But I think that is every other dark skin person watching. Like, guys, for the longest time, we know what has been happening. And positivity too about, the melanin skin. You're a melanin queen.
Yeah.
It's kujad over time, sindio?
Yeah.
So definitely that. However, my dad constantly used to tell me I'm a black beauty.
Oh, nice.
So at least that was at the back of my mind. But then pia, unajua, ni kama vile anasema kusoneko, unasema ako sawa. But unajua insecurities, yeye ndo anasikia. So you may see it's fine, but I think there's something wrong with my neck today. That is the thing about body image.
Yeah.
Ni kama ukituambia kuhusu side profile.
Yeah.
I say like, hey, see
Like, what
you're
is wrong
okay.
with your
I'm gonna
face?
notice. I'm gonna notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think apart from skin, kitu nyingine, it's my height, but that's for the longest time. Like, I just accepted. But then imagine I'm not growing any taller.
And the way I'm like, I want to remain this petite and this all.
Oh, you want this?
Yeah,
Can
I'm
we
like, you're
switch?
really beautiful. The height, the everything. Oh, yeah. For real.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's also because of how maybe, because for me, I develop them when someone points out something, and then I subconsciously register it, and then it starts bothering me. Like now for my neck, I posted this picture, and my collarbone was like
was
all
popping.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was there Snapchatting and all. And then someone was just like, wow, umekonda, kwani ni nini mbaya? You know? And then all
Unless
of a
someone
sudden,
points it out. Yes.
yeah, when I go to the mirror and I look at myself, the first thing I look at is my neck.
Collarbone.
And then I like touch it. So I think it's how people
Yeah. It's how people view you.
I will say that is how it registers on me.
Oh,
And then
okay.
over time it grows and then it fades out for some reason. I just don't understand.
It's when someone points something that you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
Alafu baadaye ndo unakaa like, hey, Emma, by the way, you see,
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's because of how you're describing it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, you went, you checked, you touched, searched.
Yeah, I like
Is there a problem?
feeling.
Yeah, like, is it me, guys? So
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. So of course they evolve with time.
Yeah. But I feel like I also do relate to whatever Marlene amesema.
Yeah.
Because I'm that kind of a person who's over here maybe in school. Then once I go back home, naenda during the holidays hivi, ama tukienda like shags hivi, I meet my cousins, ama those aunties. You know those kind of aunties wako like, hey, kwani lo inakulemea, mbona umekonda hivi? Sijui, are you not eating properly? Even my parents are like, are you not eating properly? Is the money we're giving you like
Okay,
uitumi
is it
kwa
enough?
chakula unanunua tu nguo? Because I'm always buying clothes and shoes. So I'm like, I don't think, I feel like I am okay, but until you tell me, ama until you point it out, nenda najiangalia kwake nikasema,
Are you okay? Yeah.
ama nimekonda ya ukweli juu wao wanaona, because I'm like, maybe
Mi
it's
sioni.
true, juu tumekaa for like a time span. I don't go home like ati often. Hawajana for quite some time. So kwa like, umekonda ukulangi ukiuko shule. So I'm like, inaanza kukua like an insecurity. But tuseme hiyo ni body image, si ati an insecurity sana, because itanitoka. The minute I'm like away from such energy, ya mtu kuniambia, haukuli
You forget
unakonda,
it.
inanitoka and I'm like, I am okay vile niko, and I don't think kuna kitu mtu anaweza niambia that I'll be like, okay, it's taking a toll on my mental health, no overthink about the scenario. I'm like,
Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys, now that you're talking about body image and self-esteem, do you feel it affects how we show up in relationships? Ama, does it affect our social life as well?
I feel like it does. Let me
VP.
talk about it kwa the line of relationships. Haya. Do you know hata before somebody akutafute ama akuje kwako approach akwambie, Aisha, I feel like I am interested in you and maybe I'd like to be in a relationship with you. Kwanza kuna kitu ameona hivi akapenda. Ameona tu. Like achana na roho ati napenda tu the internal. You see, like, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
It does.
Amekuona hivi. So kuna some people who prefer like a person with a certain body shape, sindio?
Someone
Ama mtu
tall,
mwenye
short.
amebeba sijui hivyo like. So I feel like ukienda in a like interact na a person, then you say, let's say you are already in a relationship with a person, then upate ati huyu ni mtu actually anapenda somebody mwenye amebeba, ako like ni mtu anapenda hata on the kinds of posts and interact nazo, whatever ana like, whatever ana comment, and you're not that kind of a person, utaanza kufeel a
Some
bit
type of
insecure
way.
because you're like, okay, why is this person with me? Mimi si embody hizo character traits zote anatafuta pale social media, pale Instagram. Mimi tu niko hivi. I am just different. It's not that you're ugly or anything. You're just different from whatever ye anapenda kusifu. So unaona, it'll register in your head and you'll be like,
does.
I am not adequate for this person. I am not enough. Unaanza kujidoubt. You just have that self-doubt. You're feeling like hapana, I need to change myself. Unaona, kama ningekuwa na pesa ndio hiyo Brazilian butt lift. Ndio nikwe kama whatever.
BBL, yeah.
So, no,
the
yeah.
Instagram models. Yeah. You start getting paranoid.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Before we continue, Marlene, kidogo tu, I want to know from the boy perspective. Boy math. Cheki.
Kama
Unajua
una
vile mi
abs.
nakaa hivi. Mi ndo una date. But then on the gram, you're liking like photos of women who look totally opposite.
Yeah.
Like, is it because me, bro, like I need to know this boy math.
Hey,
Like
waseme.
mimi nafaa kufikiriaje? Like why are you with me to begin with? Ama
Exactly.
ile umelike tu kwa sababu umelike ama like do you really have a type ama tuna overthink kama madem? Please, hashtag to use is Space Yako podcast.
Yeah.
Marlene?
Yeah. And I think even on how it registered, I just remembered something we had talked about. And it is the way you interact with memes. Alafu you meet one that is speaking on something that you're insecure about. For example, ile ya wewe hata ujali venye mapo yako.
Inaka unatoboa tu. Oh my God. That's one hit too.
What does it say?
It's like it was like ilikuwa inachongua mdem.
Ilikuwa inachongua
like she
dem,
had a slightly like bigger nose and then alikuwa amepierce. So ilikuwa imebandikwa hapo just the nose, imagine, and the mouth, and then it was like wewe hata ujali venye mapua yako inakaa, wewe unatoboa tu. So it's like when you get to meet such a thing, you're like, oh, especially like if I had a piercing, I'd always be checking yangu inakaaje. Yeah. And it's like these memes really
speak to you.
Yeah, speak to people. Nowadays, they're not memes. By the way, nowadays, they're not jokes. These people are trying to attack us like directly. And by us, I mean like almost everyone, because in one way or another, we can relate to that. True.
So does it affect how you show up in relationships and my social life?
But of course, I mean, now that the insecurity is on the neck, I mean, if I was to put on an off shoulder or something, I will always want to highlight like part of this so that it becomes raised a little. Isikae tu ni mfupa iko hapo. You know what I mean? Like, I'd want to restructure in some way or make it not really, because when you highlight part of it in a kanga, in some angle you want. For example, back then I was big, like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a big baby. Yeah. And so it was like, I am also a shiro in some way. So I had like the fats here.
Okay.
And it made me so insecure to like put on some type of clothes, the crop tops, the bikini and all. But then imagine, it was never an insecurity until someone pointed out. And then now, it fed to. It fed to. So it's even like how I dress up. Because now, I think I still put on like the off shoulder, but it's like I'm always pampering my I guess. So it definitely does affect even how I interact with different people.
For me, I can go into the line of how it affects me socially, because mara ya kwanza nimeongela about maybe relationship wise. So when I was around I think 8 or 9 nilipata eczema. So nikapatiwa some ointment na daktari nikuwe niki apply ndo hiyo like skin eczema iishe ama ipone. Exactly, to clear. Then what it did to me ni kama iliniachana a permanent scar. Then at the time daktari akaniambia ati when you grow ita fade, itaisha. Right now I am telling you tukiongea hivi iko hapa, it's like on my right side hapa kwa rib cage hapa. And I am a person who loves dressing maybe in like crop tops nini.
Yeah, you love crop tops.
Sasa. So somebody will look at me and be, "Haya, Gladwell, ini like kwani what happened to you here?" Kitambo I used to go with the story nilichomwa na chai because sitaki kushinda nikianza explain skin eczema sijui nini. So I'm like, I don't know if it really got to me, but niko tu sawa, like nezava crop top ikionyesha, but I'm like, I just want to get a tattoo over here. No, if flatter your place. If flatter too.
So speaking of scars, do you have a scar, Madeline?
I do, and bad decisions of high school made me try to cover up the same way she is saying she'll try to cover that up. It was like, it's like here, but it's really small.
No.
Nilichomeka na uji. Yeah, and then in high school, for some reason, just because people were getting random tattoos, I also thought of getting one without making like informed decisions. Okay. I don't regret it, but I think I got the wrong one.
I have a scar. This is my scar, guys. So I think it's very rare for people to notice. However, those who notice instantly, I'm like, kwani ilifanyika nini? Guys, let me address this today. This is my scar.
Okay.
And I got it when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, tulikuwa tunacheza kama watoto. And of course, my Hagai. So mamake alikuwa amemaliza kupiga pasi, sawa? So usemacha pasi hapo, sisi ni nani kama watoto? So now you're curious, you want to go and play around with it. Na bado ilikuwa moto. Maana ndio umetoka kupiga pasi. So akachukua Hagai akaniambia nikuchome. Mimi nikasema yeye nichome, akanichoma. And that's it.
Alikuuliza nikuchome, ukasema yeye.
Na nikachomwa. And that's it because I was a child. Guys, stop asking me all the time. I've already addressed this. I have addressed the nation today.
Oh my goodness.
So what I don't like about it, primary school.
Okay.
There's this girl. I won't even mention her because I was doing we were in class 7. She took a pen. It's on my right hand. My scar is on my right hand.
Okay.
But my dimple is on my left side.
We can say that, girl.
You have to balance the complete balance. Anyway, akaenda akachukua pen. Akajichora hivi. This is like almost like a love heart, but with 3 beats. afu akafanya hivi, so she walked around like the whole day and showing people angalia nakaa kama Aisha, so I didn't like it.
Oh, it became an insecurity then.
Yes, but it's not a scar, it's not like I've had it basically all my life, so I don't, I barely notice it sometimes.
It's
unless
part
mtu
of you.
aniulize, waelewa.
And I wanted to ask, because now
do.
I've spoke of how maybe I've been able to overcome. Speaking of personal transformation, yeah. So I had this car. It was big at some point. I tried covering it up, and then now I'm like, it was not that big of a deal, you know. It's like my skin tone. Like back then, I would be like, but I'm too dark, you know. But with time, after the in my life, I've never seen at that time, like I because now everywhere it was like Melanin Queen, Instagram, wherever.
Hashtags.
I felt like now I can be able
Own
to
it.
like
Yeah.
I owned it, and I wanted people to see it because it was something of the season. And until now, I think I'm comfortable. So I'll just like maybe to hear some of your stories. Like, have you been able to overcome some of the insecurities, and how have you been able to do that?
My height, I just accepted, bro, I'm not growing taller than this.
Yeah.
So there's
Cheki,
acceptance.
nimejaribu kwanza sasa hivi ile mvua inanyesha, I've been outside, ninyesheni kwa mrefu.
Imekata.
Imekata color, like skin tone.
It's something.
Beyonce song, shout outs. Beyonce, shout outs. Shout outs, what's you know, the artists that have used their platforms, you know, for positive vibes and
positivity.
messages. Yeah. So I think
So I
that's
think
how.
you've really said something which is important, like just accepting, because some things you really can't change, and we're not saying don't try to improve how you look. Of course, do whatever you want, your body, your choice. But again, it's like, imagine we're just all beautiful the way we are. So like acceptance is key in
It
overcoming.
is. Oh, something else. Oh God, of course I have what's it called? Stretch marks on my tummy. But
we
because
all
I'm a
do.
mother.
Oh, wow.
So I used to feel a bit insecure with that, especially, you know, when you now have a partner and this is after delivery and everything. But bruh, I just show up like, ta-da! Do you want to feel these? What's it called? Do you want to join the dots? Do you remember the game for joining the dots?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all play
doing-
that.
In
I'm
primary.
like, bruh, do you want to play a game? Do you want to join these dots on my tummy? Like, you just like, some things you just accept. And
change,
like, these cars are beautiful because I have a beautiful, lovely baby.
Yeah.
Baby boy.
Wow.
Panama. Yeah, so.
Yeah. As for me, let me see. What do I don't think I am really struggling with anything. Ama sijui ati body transformation. Lakini something naweza sema ni ile ya nakuanga na high cell metabolism. So it's rare for me to really gain weight. Me
I had you talking about
ndio
it
hiyo.
today.
Weight yangu imekuwa constant tangu sijui first year.
Wow.
Namalizia mi nimebaki to the same weight.
Let me ask you as Gen Z, yeah?
Aha.
What are some of the pressure yenye mnakuwa body, when it comes to your, you know, body image mnakuanga nazo? As young people.
As young people,
Yeah.
having booty.
BBL.
Having booty. The Gengeton era came with the whole thing with us. So it was like at that moment, una confirm too. I feel like that is something that as Gen Zs, rather personally, though I'm not such a Gengeton fan, that era, because it was in the matatus, umekaa hapo mbele screen yote, it's someone's,
Yeah.
you know,
Nyash.
bubbling, nyash on your face.
Bubbly, bubbly.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like that is fading out with time.
Kuna hizi standards of beauty zishawekwa pale social media. Ndio hiyo big bunda, ndio hiyo maziwa za Nyayo.
Do you guys know what maziwa za Nyayo ni nini?
I just
We
know-
hear stories.
Tanya Moi, I just
Uliambiwa
know
ni nini?
mlikuwa maziwa bure na Moi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so unajua maziwa za Nyayo?
Najua, mi najua.
Tunajua tu ni maziwa ya
I know
bure
my
yenye Moya
history.
alileta.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think for us, for millennials as well, I janza leo. And it's
Haijanza
not the
leo.
genge tones, the urban tones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we used to have magazines. Zenye, God, can I remember the magazines? This used to, guys, lazima mnikumbusha yake fellow millennials. You know, in 30s, your memory, supplements, nini, itabidi nime get on supplements. Anyway, there used to be this one, and unaenda unanunua, then it comes with like a nice bracelet. I can even say how. Shouts. Woo!
Okay, I can't try.
Big shout out to my producer. Yeah, and so we had magazines. Influence ilikuwa na pressure ilikuwa inatoka hapo. Like programs like American Next Top Model, but then for them they wanted slim.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then music videos, si ati tukua pia tuna music videos, guys. Come on. Music videos as well. And then like kuna this slogan that stuck throughout. It was Odem hapo mbele akona material. Na hapo nyuma akona
was about to say
akona matatizo. So it's been a thing, you know, big boobs, big ass.
Yeah, it's been there for the longest time.
For the longest. Like I
have that in
feel
common.
we've always have body standards for
Yeah.
women.
Yeah,
But why?
Well said.
which is so sad.
Right?
I don't
Like the mans just show up. The man them just shows up. Bra, ndo mimi huyo nimefika. Hii samaki itaikuka hapa kwa shingo. Like the man them just show up, right?
And then all the pressure is like on
The
us.
woman.
And then it's like, do you know what is crazy? They want a fine babe with a thin waist.
Yeah, small waist.
And then you, for example, allow me to use you as an example if you don't mind, because
Okay.
you have shared this. And then you like get pregnant, and then you give birth, and then you add weight, and then it's like now the society is shaming you for that.
For the weight
And I
gain.
really find a woman's body to be beautiful because
Yeah.
you said you dropped some weight,
I
and it's like,
did.
wow, like that is so much magic and beautiful that people don't get to see.
Do you have standards? Wait, do you have standards for women?
I mean,
Like body standards?
honestly, yeah, I do. I won't lie. Hapa nikidanganya mbele ya Mungu. Naweza anguka hapa.
Right?
Nimepoteza
But
hivyo.
like what kind of standards?
Okay, you see, I'm like, I wouldn't go for a person who's shorter than me. Like, wacha pia
So
nivae
height?
heels. Na bado ukuwe mrefu wangu, unaona?
So height?
So niko like, in as much as pia wako na like body standards on us, I'm sure
have
pia
yours.
sisi, na msemo ukweli, we have some on them. So for me yenye ni constant na haija change, I want somebody who's like taller than me when
But
I am
that-
in heels. Ndio.
Sawa. So those are our personal preferences. But I'm saying in general, like the media, like advertisements, like from music videos. Like do they set standards for body standards for men?
I feel like yeah, because I don't think I've seen any big babe advertising like outfits, though they are, but the proportion
Like
of
plus size
it,
women?
yeah, like plus size, even men,
Oh, you're talking about men or women?
but it's like even the proportion in for how long this industry has marketed things. It's just now that at least until recently, people have been able to get into the market plus size models and all.
There's inclusivity.
Yeah, so at
Yeah.
least we have some sort of sense in inclusivity. But again, it's like looking back, I don't think that has been there.
I'll take a look at any kesi umesikia like about the rise of people dying from surgery. Is it men or women?
Women. It's mostly women. I won't
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
It's mostly women.
Yes.
Unapata implant inapasukia huko ndani.
Yes.
Ndio hiyo.
Yeah, like
tunapoteza tu mtu hivyo.
From the numbers,
In
it's
seconds.
been So I feel the pressure because the pressure
That's
has
quite-
always been
yeah.
about body standards. Has
Yeah.
always just been on women.
Very unfortunate if you ask me.
So in some sense, when projecting this to these people, and I feel also for the standards that have been set for us by us women or
Society.
even men and the
Yeah.
society in general,
Yeah.
is what is making us go for all these BBLs. You want to change your skin tone, all these things. Do you feel like also for men we put that much pressure? Because if you want someone taller in these guys is like really nice and all, but they can't have you just because they are.
Gladwell.
I don't think ati kuna a real reason as to why
It's just
my
preference.
preference ati is at all. I just think
You just think you
at
look
all
good.
and like if I was shorter and he were taller, we'll just look really nice on
Balance.
camera, like in a picture, in a framed photo, and like the reverse. That's just me. Like sidhani kuna anything like deep about it.
To
Ama
it.
pia ni juu imekuwa. But I'm like, let's just give an example ya celebrities ambao watu wanajua. We have Zendaya
Yeah.
and Tom Holland. Zendaya is actually taller than
Taller.
Tom. But
And
they're
they
really
look good
cute.
They do.
together.
I'm
They
like,
do.
nothing is impossible. Actually, wherever your love leads you, iwe ni mfupi, iwe ni mrefu, quite open-minded. That is what I
Okay.
have to say to the listeners today.
So it's,
Marlon, do you have a preference?
if I had a preference, singekuwa soko, but it's like not really. I think even with the guys that I've dated a whole range. Come on, shades I've like dated a whole shade. Yeah. So it's like I really.
When it's foundation.
I know that's what I'm
Like just pick a shade that matches you.
Yeah. So it's like I've had different experiences, and at some point I had that like I can't date a guy who is shorter and all.
Yeah.
But I dated a tall guy and he was stupid. So I'm like, for what reason, you know? And I've dated a short guy who was a whole
smarter.
bullshit.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying, like, from all the ranges, it's like, it narrows down to an individual because this one was tall, he was what I wanted, and he was stupid. This one was short, he was not what I wanted, but again, he was nonsense. So it's like, for me, I narrow it down.
The BS is constant.
Oh.
Yeah. So I narrow it down to like an individual. So I wouldn't judge the aesthetics or anything.
So soko uko side gani yenye mnaangalia personality?
Mimi imefika mahali nimesema yo I'm the kibanda because
Tuko the same. Tuko same.
okay.
Wallahi.
Do you have a
You're not
preference?
alone.
Do you have a preference? Are you sure?
I feel like I used to love skinny.
Uh-huh.
Skinny dudes?
Yeah.
Ah,
Is it because
okay.
of what they say?
Skinny nigga with my dick. Skinny nigga with my dick.
Tell us. Tell me.
Bruh. We all know apart from diamonds, inches are a girl's best friend.
But I
Like,
think
like
they,
my heels. You know, talking about heels.
but I think they say that for short guys.
They say that for short guys. They say that for skinny guys.
Yeah, I've
they
had
say-
for
Bruh.
the skinny guys. I haven't had it for the short guys.
I won't comment on
The shorter the
snakes.
monkey.
Oh, the longer the tape.
Okay.
I
There was a by the way.
Anyway.
So yeah, I feel like I was into skinny guys, but then now I love like a little bit of body for cuddle. Like the cuddles hit different.
Oh.
Whew.
So even the preference has changed
Changed,
over time. Okay, okay.
How do you
Yeah.
people think social media has affected your body image or your self-esteem?
Everyone on social media has a flat tummy. They
Okay.
have this aka shape. So it's like everyone you're
flat
meeting is like it's like they're setting the standard for a woman,
Yeah.
which is not the case because I've also seen this trend and I really thank God for this trend.
Which one?
Because it was like social media versus reality.
Okay.
So it's like someone really looks nice when they angle themselves and suck in all that tummy
Yeah, the
and
tummy
pop
in.
out those boobs.
Yeah.
And then
Popping
they
the
show us the reality and you're like, oh my God. Like they just look like what we all look like but
Yeah.
don't appreciate. So it's like social media has really played a big role in how we picture how women and even men, the abs and everything.
Yeah.
We forget there's filters, there's the fakeness, there's there's not makeup because this is how we look even without it. But again, there is makeup, there's plastic surgery, there's Photoshop. So it has definitely affected.
I think social media today is what the magazines were in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s, because that is all you saw. Edited photos.
Yeah.
But then we didn't know about editing then. But only that now with social media you're aware, you know, everything
Yeah.
that you've mentioned, you know, the editing, the Photoshop and everything else. However, I like what they're doing with the different socials nowadays. Like they write, have you seen the 2 warnings that come? Like this image has been altered. This image
I
Serious?
haven't.
Yes.
On which platforms?
on Insta. There's a time Kim posted and then it was written, this image has been altered.
Wow.
I haven't really seen that, but
You're
for
not
the
keen, like
Kardashians,
nowadays,
I do know.
the socials, like even on Twitter, if it's a video that has they pick up and then they write
The
it
little
below
edits?
the video. Yes. Like what the video is talking about. Like nowadays they're just things that the socials pick up.
I think I'm not
You
on
haven't seen
TikTok,
even
but I have
videos?
seen TikTok. Nowadays, they put the filter that someone has used, something
Yes.
like that.
Okay.
This user has used
the filter. You can
used,
try
the
it.
effect used.
Okay,
Oh,
that
true.
is
Yeah,
some
social
sort
media
of
picks
body
it up
personality.
nowadays. But anyway, at the end of the day, pia unaweza hata shindwa kuona whatever they've picked up.
True.
And you just see the image. Like that is the image you just remember. Like, wow, uliona vile
Plus-
Glado alipost akiwa na bikini.
Yo. Plus, have you seen the kind of images AI is creating?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
perfection.
crazy. That's
that
crazy.
is. Do you and do you know, for the longest I used to fall for those pictures until I came to realize, like, especially for the artists, when they draw and then they show it to the camera, you're like, wow, this person is really talented. Until I got to know nowadays people just generate from AI. Like they just give the
generated.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, if you get to know this information, then you'll start toning down on the insecurities, because you'll be
Yeah.
like,
You're-
huyu alienda
you're
tu
more
akakata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And social media makes you feel like you need to compare yourself with others or with whoever utaona pale. Mimi leo nataka niongee kama an influencer, niseme zoom in tuone makeup yangu vile iko, because I'm like, I am that person who's a makeup enthusiast. Wacha nianze hapo. I do my makeup pale nikiwa pale hostel, like I do my own makeup, and I'm like, you know, there is texture on my face. Hii makeup haitakuwa ati seamless vile mnaiona on camera, ama vile mtaiona pale TikTok nimetumia a certain effect ku enhance juu nini,
Yeah.
like skin inakaa shwa. Unajua say, I am sure nikizaenda niangalia hivi kwa kio, probably I have smiled while talking to people, niko na
Imecrease.
smile lines hapa imecrease. People need to know that, like, not everything you see pale social media iko hivyo vile unaiona. Things are different kwa ground, because I am
Excuse me.
here with makeup on, but niko sure, like, nikijangalia kwa kio haiko as seamless as vile itaonekana on camera ama on TikTok. But I am embracing it. I'm like, see, ati, I am ugly. Makeup is used to just
Enhance beauty.
I am already pretty, and that is enough.
So, and I think insecurities are here to stay with us, and we all have them in different ways. So I'd just like to say, like, self-esteem is the price tag you put on yourself. And so it's for you to decide, like, what you're worth. Like, you can decide to be everything you want to be. Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to use that. Okay, mtachukua photo leo. That is what I'm going to use as my caption.
Ah, nice.
Self-esteem is the price tag you put on
Put on
yourself.
yourself.
Nitari post pia. Haya, unajua self-esteem hadi nilikuja kurealize.
Yeah.
It's unaweza kuwa na high self-esteem, low self-esteem, na pia hata a balanced self-esteem. Na hapa hatutaki to overlook, tuseme ati ukwe, we're empowering the girl child, ama we're empowering just anyone. Ukwe na ile self-esteem iko juu sana, inakuwa kiburi, because kuna kwanga na a very thin line between you, like, feeling
Pride.
confident in yourself na kwanza kufeel superior to others. Na bado kuna the low self-esteem whereby you feel inferior to others, and you're not supposed to feel that way.
Plus, it's never constant.
Sindio,
it
it's never
keeps
constant.
fluctuating.
Okay, that is true. There's some days you just wake up and they're like, nobody's going to mess with me today.
Yeah.
But then there's some days you wake up and you don't even want to go outside.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we were having the same conversation in the morning, and we were talking about the first time we all met each
Interacted.
other, like
Oh,
interacted with
yeah.
it. Yeah. And I was like, the minute Aisha walked through the door, I looked at the aesthetics and everything, and I was like, oh wow, like this is
Yeah.
the person you want me to sit next to. Yeah. And I really think, even though it's your insecurity, to me I was like, she's so beautiful. And then coming to realize we're not even of the same generation,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm like, when I grow up, I want to be. Yeah.
Taking notes.
Yeah.
I'm actually blushing because
You
they
are.
were telling me on the side. I'm like, how did I intimidate you?
Yeah, I
I
said
think
that.
I'm
I
very
said you
friendly.
intimidated me.
Yeah, you
Really.
were friendly, but it was like the first it was like the first interaction, how we looked at the confidence. We were so many in a room,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
and
you.
the confidence you walked with in the room. And I think the
Thank
outfit
you.
as always, and then it was the makeup
Yeah.
as
I
I
always.
think it was the boots. It was
it was everything.
I was feeling taller. I was like, okay,
Really?
where are these girls?
But
Where are these girls?
we've seen you even days after, and I think
Yeah.
It's constant.
Yeah, it's been constant.
Oh,
And then
thank you.
You're this buzz of energy. You just have
Thank
this
you.
energy in you, and you make this episode so lively, and we love that.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Goodness. Thank you so much.
Wow. Okay, that was a serious one.
It was because I'm absorbing it, and it's not every day that
Yeah, that's
you know,
somebody tells you that.
yeah, like who you a mom. you just carry on with life being who you are,
Yeah.
but then you don't know what you leave behind, like the footprints you leave behind.
Yeah.
So only when someone points it out, you just carry on as yourself. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so what I like about you, Marlene,
Oh.
you're very smart.
Oh.
The first time I met Marlene, nilikuwa namuuliza, okay, it was an audition. We just
What
told
is your
them.
POV?
It was an audition. So there's something we're supposed to discuss. And I was like, Marlene, what's the POV, sorry. Alafu akaniangalia like, wow, Alex, sasa, you have to find something. But then it was so different once you started filming. And you have, your perspectives are very smart.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
Really nice.
you. Ooh. That's a
No, you are. You're really
No,
very
What's your
smart.
fun?
yeah. Thank you
really
so
are
much.
smart.
Thank you.
And you're
so
very you're strict, eh?
I'm strict.
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 Do you remember when we had her on the phone today? She's like, there's some things you're supposed to do you haven't sent. And I called you and
It was work. Okay, but okay.
yeah, like you're very focused. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're very
so much.
focused.
Okay.
And what I love about you, Gladwell, you tell me I'm a ball of energy, but you are a ball of energy.
Yeah.
You're very fast to adapt.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and to interact and socialize. And I don't see that jawline that you keep on talking about.
You can see it.
I cannot
I am
see it.
safe. I am
Yes, and you're all pretty girls.
We are all pretty girls.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm confident. Yeah, so that's what I like about working with you guys.
Thank you.
And I love Marlene's hair. I keep on telling her that.
This hair.
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is fake. But okay, but yeah, I mean, like you're all pretty. I think we've interacted with you like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, even before like on this set in other businesses, and you are pretty.
you.
We are pretty.
We are pretty
And
girls.
yeah.
We are all made and created in God's image. Tunasomanga. Tulifunzwa hivyo Sunday school.
Yeah. So I think that's a good note to leave this podcast at. Yeah. Guys, like a support system is very important because you see, just us girlies today here, we've had the conversation, we've laughed at each other's insecurities because you don't believe like, wow, kumbe hiyo ndo kitu tu inakusumbua. Yani, somebody else is really overthinking about what is going on with them, but kwako, you just find it like, it's very fun, like, really.
Collarbone really.
Collarbone, I'm a jawline. But that's the beauty about it. That's why it's good to have a support system. People you can talk to, bila shame, bila fear. And if you cannot, please make sure you go to our website. Yeah, it's a chat bot. Unaweza ongea nayo anytime, 24/7, about life, about sex, about relationships, body issues, self-esteem issues. Yani, don't worry kabisa. Sawa?
Yeah.
Anytime. And when you go to our website, you get your WhatsApp number as well. We have the email on Wazi as well. And unapata tu unaenda pale katika wazi.ke, that is WAZZI.ke, and we have a USSD code *709#, *709#. Yani nasikia naongea Kiswahili sana leo jamani. Guys, what did we eat today?
Hey, I don't know.
But for us, the pretty girls here representing the Space Yako podcast, unatupata across our socials. Unaenda pale katika Wazi as well, WAZZI, and the hashtag to use, Space Yako podcast. I feel like you should end with a song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Which song speaks about...
Anza tukufuate.
I'm trying to think. Ingoma Sierra ambayo inakwanga about
Yo.
pretty girls inakwanga.
Yo.
I see.
I am
Yes,
so
for my girls,
lost.
na, na, na.
Is that one? Is it
Which
that
one?
You look perfect. Na 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 na.
Isn't that one?
I don't know.
Because you're beautiful.
Which one is that?
I just
That's
did not
brown
do
skin
that.
girl vibe.
Yeah.
Brown skin girl.
No, I just.
I feel like there are so many songs that have been made for
are.
women.
I am racking my brains.
I feel there's a song for that.
There are so many, but they won't come in mind
I
now.
have to. I'm guessing we have to end this without.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Like
you
we
guys
just
don't know
sing
that
out.
song.
What song?
Nina patia tune.
Do you even listen to songs?
You don't say how beauty na 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 na
Yo.
na na.
That one is what?
Hey.
Yo.
There's a song for
Tell me what
Sierra.
one you search, Ju. At this point, lyrics zimepotea.
I feel there's so many songs about just being beautiful.
Mimi
Yeah.
kwanza.
But why don't we know even one?
Yo.
To the Pesa Girl book.
I don't know.
Nia
everything.
Cara, not
And
Ciara.
Alessia. Oh, that's a different one.
Just to You're Beautiful.
Yeah,
By Cara.
I
Hiyo ni ya
love
You know
nani?
that
Hiyo
one?
ni ya nani?
Alessia
This one.
Cara.
Hebu
You
sing it.
should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No stars, girl, you're beautiful.
We're stars.
Yo,
and
I
we're
sang.
beautiful.
I have singing.
We did
Right,
not
you
say
need
we are
Gen Z.
professionals.
Oh, that is a Gen Z. You don't relate to that?
I almost sang Christina Aguilera. Yeah. And that's all we have for episode 2 of Space Yako Podcast.
Yeah.
Mseme bye.
Enjoy.
Au revoir.
Tschüss.
Adios.
Bye bye.
Auf Wiedersehen. Until next time. Mwah.